Hey friends, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be setting up my May 2023 bullet journal. So for the tarot cards today, I have the Chariot, which represents triumph, willpower, success, taking what one has learned, and achieving greatness. So I'm actually finished those courses I've talked about in previous bullet journal videos, and I'm hoping that they will translate into a new job and a new chance for income. The other card that I have is the Six of Wands, which represents much needed respite, a chance to connect with friends, a temporary break. Again, just a break from my courses, but I also have a lot of friends who have birthdays in this month, so kind of hoping for a chance to visit them and celebrate their birthdays with them. So I continued to do my indie bookstores that I love theme that has been going throughout this bullet journal, and today I am drawing a spread in honor of Found Books in Cochrane, which is near where I live. It's a little bit of a drive, but it is the cutest shop. They moved earlier this year or last year to a new location, and it's just so cute. They have this gorgeous coffee bar, and so I have the little lights that they have over the coffee bar. And I reinterpreted their logo to put May in the middle of it instead of usually it has an F and then it says Found Books, but I put M and May, and then I have a little bookshelf, and I ended up printing out the covers of the books that I have purchased there. So I have Minor Feelings, The Book of Form and Emptiness, The Prophets, Crying in H Mart, and Gone Girl. And then behind the bookshelf, I have a mural that they have on the wall. They have a lot of really cool murals. I'll put some pictures up of them, but they've got some really cool kind of 70s colors murals, and I couldn't approximate the colors exactly because I'm using Crayola pencil crayons to color it in, but I really like this mural, and so I wanted to put it into my spread and add some color. As I'm coloring this in, I have my phone off to the left off screen, and I'm referencing a picture of the mural, and I realized that I had drawn too many little curvy lines, so I was trying to make them fit a little bit better so I didn't have just this giant pink curve at the top. So that's why you see me go back and forth a couple times with the purple to adjust that and make it work. And then I had to draw the sun, and I wanted to use a ruler to make sure those lines were super nice and straight, and it was a little more difficult than I thought it would be, just because trying to make the line thick enough so it looks nice with a ruler and pencil crayon was oddly challenging. Having to go over it and try and make it thicker but not too thick, it was a whole thing. I didn't think it would be that difficult, but it kind of was. So once I finished coloring in the mural, I drew in books on the bookcase so it wasn't just these random 5 books facing out. Then I used 2 different colors of brown pencil crayon to draw kind of like cross hatching on the lights because they're made of that kind of like woven wood stuff. I don't even know what it's made out of, but it's like those IKEA lamps that you see where it's like light wood that's like woven. So I wanted to get that effect, and I think it worked out pretty well actually. I'm very happy with how these look. I am not great at drawing, so I'm very pleased with the effect that these have. Then I colored in the bookshelf in like a dark brown and added extra lines for the shelves so I could color those in too. And then I used that same like dark brown color just to shade in the background lightly. I didn't want to like overwhelm it, but to add a little bit of color. After I got the bookshelf colored in, I then colored the spines of the books that I had drawn. I hadn't visited this shop before they moved to their new location, but they used to have like a couple of shelves that were color coded, so I kind of wanted to pay homage to that, and I colored the books in like rainbow format. I also tried to do some ones that weren't just like solid, like got some like lines and like some little bubbles and stuff on them just to make it a little more interesting and look like an actual bookshelf because not all spines are just one color. And I think this turned out pretty cute. I tried to like vary the shades of the colors so it looked, again, like a little more realistic because I have never tried to like make shelves rainbow colored, but it seems incredibly difficult, especially when there's like multiple colors on the spines, and it's so hard to tell like, is this blue or has it got more pink in it? So I don't know how people do it. Then I have this facade, I guess, cut out, and it is the outside of their building has this really cool like wood structure along the top, so I wanted to make this as kind of like a little, I don't know, dust jacket sort of thing. That's not quite right, but like an overlay, I guess, on top of this, so you can like flip it open, you can like see through it, but then like flip it open too to get the full effect. So I actually like traced it out from a picture, and then I cut it out using an X-Acto knife, which was more difficult than expected also, but was fine. Ended up turning out okay. And then I colored in both sides. I thought I could just color in one, but then I was like, no, it's gonna look really bad if I just color in one side. So I colored the whole thing in brown. And then I've found since making this that it kind of like leaves traces on the other pages, like it leaves behind brown marks, which is not ideal, but it's fine. It's not like super noticeable, but it kind of leaves like a shadow behind when it's pressed between the pages. So I don't know, whatever. I used some washi tape to hold it in there. Everything was just like a little more complicated than I expected it to be with this, but I had to trim that one side. I got the washi tape working so that it could flip, but it wasn't like hanging over the edge like crazy. And so that's my cover page. I think it's super cute and turned out really well. On the opposite page, I have my sleep tracker. Y'all, April was a real bad month for sleep. I had a lot of early morning shifts, and then I had inventory, which is overnight. We go from like 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then I worked like 4 or 5 a.m. shifts. Like I had a day off, and then I worked like 4 or 5 a.m. shifts in a row. And so like the last 2 weeks of April were just absolutely decimated my sleep schedule. It was so bad. So I was very tired in April. Not great. So hopefully May will be a little bit better, but based on the first few nights, I don't know. It's been like really warm here already, which is crazy. It's only May and it's been like 25 degrees. I don't know what's happening. I mean, obviously it's climate change, but it's insane. So that also is not great for sleeping because we don't have AC, because almost no one in Calgary has AC unless you've got a newer build, because that didn't used to be necessary. Anyways, I digress. I used a blue floral washi tape because I always think of May as being a blue month, and the kind of like brand colors for Found are like this blue color as well. And then Daisy decided to join me, and I was like, you can stay there until you're causing problems. And then she was causing problems, so she had to be shuffled away. Then I try and write May in like the cool font similar to the Found font, and it looks real bad. I think I might go back and try and fix that and like glue in another piece of paper because I'm really not happy with how that looks. It looks like a child did it. But that's what you get for not tracing out ahead of time. And then I used that like same kind of like navy blue that's like similar to the Found brand colors on the headers for my monthly spread. And then another part that is more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So I wanted to mimic more of the murals from the shop. They have like these really cool like lines, and they are kind of in like earthy jewel tones. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're kind of like 70s colors. And I was like, I can do that. And I'm right, I can do that, but it's a lot harder with pencil crayons. Similar to when I was trying to draw the sun rays, it's very difficult to do a thick line in pencil crayon that's all straight. So this is honestly the best page of the month that I do. I just kind of got lazy later on when I was doing the rest of the pages off camera, and it's fine, but it's not as good as it could be. I tried doing some like marker ones on other pages, and it also didn't turn out great. I think I just needed to have more time to work on it, but I was feeling a little rushed and I just wanted to get it done. So it's not as nice as it could have been, but this page isn't too bad. We've got like some of the lines. I'll put up pictures of the murals that they have in their shop because they are very nice and they look very professional and cool and add such a fun sense of like whimsy, I guess, to the shop. But they just didn't, my vision was not fully realized in my weekly spreads for May. But that's okay. Sometimes you try things and they don't work as well as you'd like, but then you learn for next time. I wrote in the days of the week and the dates, and then that is it for my May bullet journal setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what's one of your favorite indie bookstores, because there's a lot of them and they're all super great. But I hope to see you next time, and go read a book!